Hi and welcome to this week's video. This week, I really wanted to understand what's behind business owners and entrepreneurs and what really holds business owners back. So what I did this week is I sent out a survey. I used SurveyMonkey, I used SurveyMonkey, and I sent out 10 questions to there's over 100 people filled out the survey, 100 business owners, entrepreneurs. And I'd ask questions like, do you have a proper plan? I mean, proper planned out with what you're going to do, and do you actually know your true purpose in business? A lot of people tell me that they don't know what their goals are or why they're even in their own business. And if you think about that, it's really bonkers. It's a bit like a captain of a ship, just setting sail with no destination. But people do this and they don't really know why. And after this survey, what I've decided to do is put these videos together, daily and weekly videos where I can kind of share my thoughts and, like, if you like, Terry's take on things, or on how we can, on what strategies, how we can best help people like this. Because let's face it, 99% of business owners, are really busy all the time, or they're really challenged in some way. And you can talk about having a plan. You can talk about actioning your plan. You can talk about being proactive and actually doing things, not reactive. Because hey, most business owners are reactive, right? They go into the office in the morning, and then they react to their customers. They react to people in their office every single day, and they don't get the things done at the end of the day that they really want to, if that makes sense. And so, what really surprised me is 89% of people that we polled don't have an exit plan. They don't have a plan to exit from the business at any point. Amazingly, almost 90% of people don't measure every single number in their business. Now, how can you make proper decisions on that? But the final question I asked is the one that's most intriguing, and I wanted to get some feedback, and I made this survey anonymous so that people would be honest, really, more than anything. And what I found, I asked the last one, and I said, what are the 3 things that are most challenging for right now, either in your business or in your life? And it's amazing that things that came back, because what I asked them to do is put them in order of priority. And we get things, and you can see this survey that I've done here, by the way. Do you feel overwhelmed in your business? So maybe just be able to zoom into this. And 83% of business owners said, I'm overwhelmed. And, what are your top 3 challenges or frustrations, if we can zoom into this? And it's amazing, the answers. Just look here. Time, growing the business, increasing my income. Something like 80% of the business owners that I polled here. Let me just tell you exactly what it was. Just check here for this. I don't know if I can zoom in on this here, but are you paying yourself what you are worth right now? So what that means is, if you're going to go out and get a job, and when you're going to speak to somebody, what would you work for? How much would you be working for an hour? Or are you just paying yourself what most business owners do, paying yourself last? Which is a bit bonkers, really. And almost 86% of small business owners that we polled here aren't paying themselves what they're worth. Why? Why don't you just get a job? I know why you don't. It's all in your psychology, because you know that one day you're going to do the right things. And so this week, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really focus on one key thing that really came through here, and it's really what mind shaping is all about. And it's all about emotion, really, because a lot of things what people are doing is they're doing things every day, and they feel like they don't have a way out. Some people don't even know if they're in the right business. So let me just focus on emotion for a second, because what I believe to be true, and this is Terry's thought of the week, really, what I believe to be true is that emotion blinds you. It blinds your judgment. And many of us have been in businesses, me included, where you think about everybody else, and you feel like the right thing to do is keep the business going, doing the right things. Or a business owner that I worked with recently had a number of staff, and actually he could make more profit, i.e. more money, if he got rid of all the staff and just did his thing himself. And when you ask the question of business owners that aren't making enough money, they say, yeah, but I can't grow my business. And, you know, again, Terry's thought of the day, that's emotion behind it. I can't grow my business if I don't have staff. But business is there for one reason and one reason only, to make a profit. And if you're not making a profit, then why are you doing what you're doing? And, you know, this emotion, feelings of frustration, of procrastination, the things that really, really hold business owners back, every single time, the more I look at it, the more it comes back to people's thought processes. Thinking in the right way changes how you feel, changes your emotions. And by the way, that, you know, this is not my opinion, or it's not even psychology, it's biology. You know, when you start thinking in a different way, you know, the brain, through neurotransmitters, releases chemicals. You'll have probably heard of them before. Dopamine, you know, known as the happy drug. You know, if you're with a lot of people that love living life, you know, you kind of release some of that. You think, oh, that's great, and you have a great feeling as a result of it. Yet people don't have the same thing in their business. And so, emotion does blind you, but it's your thought processes that feed your emotions, and this is, I think, where a lot of people aren't getting it right this week. And people are talking about, I can never get enough done, being overwhelmed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about overwhelm in the next video. Why is it that people get overwhelmed, and more importantly, what can you do to avoid that? And so Terry's thought this week is about emotion. So if you can control, oh, by the way, here's a really great tip for you. In life, we have what's called an outside world and an inside world. And what most business owners do, and entrepreneurs, is allow the outside world to influence the inside world. Now, what that means is everything that's going on out there controls your behaviour inside. And what I'm suggesting to you today, that it's emotion that blinds it, and what you need to do is get that back. And that's got back by using your thought processes. Because here's what I teach all the time. As a business owner, you're always looking for results, right? Well, quite often I say, yeah, is it results determine everything? People say, yeah. And I say, well, it isn't, because everybody knows, certainly most business owners know, if you implement the right things, the right actions and behaviours, you get the right results, right? But people don't actually do the right things in their business. They know they need to do it. They know they need to work on the business periodically each day, but they don't do it. Why? And it's because of this emotional blindness. And you know, have you ever got out of bed in the morning thinking today's going to be a really rubbish day? It's generally a rubbish day, right? But people think this is, you know, it's just how it is. It's just who they are, and you know, that's not the case. It just isn't the case. You know, you can control your feelings and emotions. Just most people don't do it. Most people are controlled by the outside world, looking at their inside world. And what I want to show you today is really, it's about how you think. If you think really good thoughts every day, especially when times are really tough, and I know times are really tough for people right now, right? And see, the truth of it is that results are effects. They're effects, and the actions and behaviour are like a cause-effect. Have you ever heard of the cause-effect equation? Right? So, but if you're not doing them, there's something else at play here. Well, what is it? It has to be your emotions. It has to be how you feel. Have you ever noticed when you go on holiday, you feel awesome, you feel great? You have no problem getting up at 3 AM or whatever time it is. You have no problem going with 1 or 2 hours sleep, you know, and you go away on holiday. But for some reason, when energy is low, sometimes you don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning. And this is all to do with your thought processes. But, you know, hey, I'm going to leave today's video for you there, and the next video I'm going to do is around about overwhelm. So I hope you're having a truly awesome day today. Enjoy.